So there's some concern now that food being labeled as healthy might actually not be as healthy as we thought. So one company being forced to yank its product from shelves for putting that term on its packaging. We're talking about Kind fruit and nut bars, apparently not meeting the FDA standards of healthy. This is now prompting the question, what is healthy, Dr. Samadi, and how much stock should we put into those labels?
Well, it's important to pay attention to the labels, but we also have to be careful, because when you talk about Mediterranean diet on this show, and we're a true believer of that diet, and I try to obey by this. So you saw the dark chocolate, you saw the almond, you saw the nuts that are always good. The problem with some of these bars is that they have too much fat in them, and you just can't find it in the labels, or it's hard for people to see. If it's over 3 grams of fat in one of those, then it's not healthy. So why don't we stick to the Mediterranean diet, the whole pyramid, where on top of the pyramid you have the red meat, which you should have very little of this, but as you come further down, that's when you have your fruits and vegetables and red wine and legumes and salmon and sardines and on and on and on, which is absolutely great. Now, why do I believe it? This is not because I like Mediterranean, even though I'm from that part of the world. I think it's a good thing. But study after study, in fact, 2 years ago, we presented this on Sunday House Call. New England Journal of Medicine, 12,000 people went on this Mediterranean diet, and they stopped the study. In the middle of the whole thing said that this is reducing by the risk of stroke by 30%. And this broke the news. Everyone followed it. We know that it reduces your C-reactive protein, Dr. Sean. We know that it reduces homocysteine.
Dr. Sean?
Well, because he loves C-reactive protein.
Oh, wait. You got to explain what C-reactive protein is, and why everyone at home should go ask their doctor about C-reactive protein.
It's a sign of inflammation, and inflammation leads to chronic disease and cancer and heart disease. So when you have Mediterranean diet, you reduce inflammation. And I've also convinced Dr. Siegel to start drinking coffee, and we're all healthy.
Yeah, but what about, you know, what about these bars? I mean, you go, these Kind bars are very popular in the Sean household. I mean, you don't go for a chocolate bar. Eric, how do you know when it's good for you?
Let me tell you why I think this problem is happening, and what I think the answer is. It's because if it's not processed food, like if you eat salmon or you eat nuts, you eat olives, you eat avocados, which we love on this show, if it's not processed, if no company has gotten a hold of it and added additives to it, you know what? You can't write the word healthy on it. But if you process it, then the FDA holds you to certain standards and says, if you have more than 3 grams of fat in there, we're not going to let you call it healthy. I personally view it this way. I personally, as a physician, don't care whether it says healthy on it or not. What I want people out there to know is that olives are healthy, that salmon is healthy, that nuts are healthy, that olive oil is healthy, that avocados are healthy, nuts, tree nuts are great for you. But I want to warn you, if they add a lot of salt to it. Now, look, when you go to eat olives in the store, Eric, that you may have a bunch of brine in there that's loaded with salt. I want people out there to be aware of it. What did they add to that great olive to get it to the shelf?
So the bottom line is, when you go pick up any bar, if it's got more than 3 grams of fat, you're saying
it's not
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
He says it's
I'm not saying that. I'm okay with 3 grams because it's unsaturated fats, and we love unsaturated fats. What I'm saying is, if it's loaded with salt and it's loaded with processed food,
you want to be
then I want to be
careful with the labels, because they're there to sell it. It's part of their labeling, and it's your job to find out what's good for you or not. That's
I like unsaturated fats. So if it's got monounsaturated fats or polyunsaturated fats, like fish, like nuts, like olives, that's good.
I say we all go out for some grilled sardines after the show.
All right, that's a deal.